are new. It is a cold, drizzly spring day. It's supposed to be like this for the next few days actually, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to just spend some time in my kitchen. We are looking forward to a nicer weekend and I want to be outside as much as I possibly can. So in order to do that, I want to prep ahead of time so I don't have to spend as much time in the kitchen later this week. Today I want to do a bit of a pantry restock. I am making some breads and baked goods. I want to make some snacks, some summer treats that we can enjoy this weekend. I started this morning by making some sourdough pita dough, which is currently rising right now. While that's rising, I'm going to get started on some granola bars. Truthfully, this is something I haven't made in a really long time. Last summer, I made it a lot. I made it almost every single week. Then I don't know, I guess I just sort of forgot about it over the last number of months. But I was trying to think about some really good, quick, grab and go snacks that I could make today. Granola bars is the first thing that came to mind. This is a very simple recipe. It's a no-bake recipe, and I just love it because it's really quick and simple. Zach just got back with some groceries, which is perfect because we are going to be making some lemonade syrup and other things that I needed groceries for. But first things first, I'm going to make some graham cracker dough. We are entering summer season, which means s'more season, and I don't love the ingredients of store-bought graham crackers, so I like to make my own. But it is a dough that needs to sit in the fridge for a little while and chill, so I want to do that first before I get into anything else. Apron's coming out, which means that things are about to get a little bit messy. My pita dough is ready now, so I am going to get that going while my syrup is cooking. I've got granola bars in the fridge that I need to cut. I've got graham cracker dough in the fridge that I'm hoping I can bake today. It is getting close to supper time though, so I might have to call it quits soon and pick this up tomorrow. But I really love to have something like pita dough or sandwich bread or bagels or something on hand at all times, which is why I'm making some today. So I've got a double batch in here. Working with this dough is probably my favorite part. It's just so therapeutic. raining and cloudy today, but I'm not mad about it. We definitely needed it. It means more time in the kitchen for me today. I didn't get as much done as I was hoping to yesterday, but we did finish up all of the pitas, and we've got our granola bars ready to go. I did also make the lemonade syrup. I want to finish up those graham crackers and get a couple other things done today as well. I'm going to start with what I did not finish yesterday, so I'm going to roll out this graham cracker dough and bake it. This is only the second time I've ever made graham crackers before. The first time I made them, they didn't turn out quite the way I wanted. I'm hoping this batch is better. I did use freshly milled flour for this instead of just whole wheat flour from the store. So I used einkorn flour for this. I really love einkorn flour for its buttery taste. It's really good. But because the flour is fresh milled, it can react a little bit differently. It takes longer for the moisture to really soak into the wheat. So it's hard to tell when you're mixing the dough initially if it's going to be too thick or thin or soft or whatever. It looks like this dough is a little bit too wet still, so I'm going to use quite a bit of flour as I'm rolling this out. I did not have success with my graham crackers. It turned into a graham cracker puddle. I have a few guesses as to why this happened, so I went ahead and made another batch, fixing the two mistakes that I think that I made. First thing, I think this dough was way too wet, so I didn't add any milk to this. Second, I totally forgot to use vital wheat gluten, which is a trick that I learned early on when I started using freshly milled flour. This isn't necessary for breads and buns and stuff like that, but if you're gonna make cookies, pancakes, graham crackers, probably need a little bit of vital wheat gluten when using freshly milled flour, just because it helps hold everything together. So I changed those things out. Hopefully this batch is better than this one. This isn't gonna go to waste. I'm gonna dry it out and blend it up, and I'll use it as like a base for a pie or something. This is not gonna work for s'mores. Second batch turned out much better than the first batch, but it's still not perfect, so I still need to fiddle around with the recipe a little bit. I did trim off some of the funny edges so that they would just look a little prettier, but here we go. Homemade graham crackers for s'mores. I'm excited to try these. Biscuits. Normally I make scones. We are a scone loving family, but we were recently visiting our friends on the west coast of Canada. Sarah made us a couple of meals. One of those meals included these sourdough biscuits, and they are her recipe from her website. They were delicious, and she did inspire me to do something a little bit different in my own kitchen. So I am trying out her recipe today. I'm gonna make a double batch. We're going to keep one batch for supper tonight. The second batch I'm going to throw in my freezer for a later date. I love making biscuits because they are very quick, very simple, and honestly my kids just love them so much. I'm not sure that I have enough sourdough discard to actually make a double batch of these, so I'm gonna just measure that out quickly. I don't have enough. We're not going to do a sourdough recipe this time. I will, however, still link this recipe and the next recipe down below so that you can use either option, either the sourdough discard one or the one without it. Before I had kids and became a mom, I worked in a cafe as a baker. I worked there for 2 or 3 years, and I made scones every single day. Scones and biscuits, they're basically the same thing, so this is something that I am very comfortable with and very familiar with. And every time I make something like this, it brings back so many memories. Round biscuits are a waste of time and food. Cutting them into squares like this is so much easier. So I'm going to put one tray into the fridge until I'm ready to bake them later for supper. This bag of biscuits is gonna go straight into the freezer and I can just pop them out and bake them whenever I need. The last thing I wanna make today is some barbecue sauce because we are running low. This is sort of like a cheater's barbecue sauce. It doesn't involve any cooking whatsoever. I've been making this for a while now and it's really good and it's really fast and easy to make. Days I have made bread from scratch, I've made yogurt from scratch. These are things that I do weekly, and so I didn't feel it was necessary to share this because I've shared it many times. So to avoid being redundant, I just did it off camera, but it did happen. Today I want to try a recipe using the yogurt that I've made this week. Because the weather is finally starting to warm up, I want to try making popsicles. This is something that I always want to do in the beginning of summer and I just never really do it. I saw this recipe on Pinterest for making creamsicles using yogurt and oranges and vanilla. I want to give it a try and surprise my kids tomorrow with these creamsicle popsicles that are actually healthy and really good for you. I already have quite a bit of maple syrup in the yogurt already, so I'm not going to add any other sweetener. We'll see how this goes. Today is garden planting day. It's warm and sunny and it's supposed to be warm and sunny for the next week or so, which means this is the perfect time to enjoy all the treats that I've been making all week. So we're starting off with some lemonade. We had some s'mores last night and now I'm gonna pull out those popsicles I made yesterday. I have absolutely no idea how these turned out. I have these stainless steel molds. I'm just gonna run it under some hot water to loosen it up. Here we go. Look at that. They look really good. They smell really good. I think next time I would add a little bit of syrup to the orange, but this is a treat they are going to enjoy. I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you all so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.